Your screen's always on, your brain never rests, and your soul probably running on fumes. If peace feels out of reach, even in your quiet moments, this message is for you. Let's pause for a second and be honest. When was the last time you sat in silence and it actually felt restful? For so many of us, stillness doesn't even feel safe anymore. We're so used to filling every blank space with a scroll, a tap, a quick glance at the news, or one more notification. And after a while, that constant stimulation rewires how we function. We start craving input more than insight. We confuse updates with connection. And worst of all, we lose track of what and who we were trying to stay grounded in to begin with. But here's what I want to say. This isn't your fault. You've been managing what you know, trying to keep up, stay informed, be responsive. That's survival mode in a digital world. But your nervous system wasn't designed to carry this much noise. And your spirit? She's been whispering to you, inviting you to return to something quieter, something deeper. If that resonates, drop the word noise in the comments. Let's name what we're no longer available for. I used to think that if I just squeezed in my faith around everything else, it would be enough. Morning verse here, quick prayer there. It counted, right? But faith can't flourish in fragments. When every part of your day is reactive, even your spiritual life starts to feel like another thing to check off the list. That's not how we're meant to live. That's not how peace is built. Because peace, real peace, comes from rhythm, not random effort, not rushing through routines that don't align, and certainly not from guilt-based doing. When we make room, real room, for God in our daily rhythms, everything shifts. Not because our lives magically get easier, but because our hearts stop striving and start abiding. It's a return to our source, a regrounding that says, Lord, I want to walk with you, not ahead of you. This isn't about adding more. It's about surrendering what's not serving you. I remember a season when I was constantly overwhelmed, even though I had cut back on a lot. What I hadn't cut back on was noise, emotional noise, digital noise, mental noise, and I couldn't hear my own thoughts, let alone God's voice. So I tried something small. Before I grabbed my phone in the morning, I reached for my journal. Not for long, just a few minutes of being present. No agenda. No formatting, just space. That one decision gave me a taste of what it felt like to lead from stillness, not from urgency. It showed me that clarity doesn't come from cramming more information in. It comes from creating space for reflection. Eventually, that habit grew, not perfectly, but intentionally. I didn't need to delete every app. I just needed a rhythm that supported my faith instead of stifling it. That kind of shift doesn't come from a checklist. It comes from listening inward and upward. This might be your invitation to ask, what rhythm in your life needs restoring? Maybe it's your morning, or your evenings, or your relationship with rest. Maybe it's the way you move through your week with God, not just around Him. You don't need to figure it all out today, but what you can do is take one intentional step toward quiet. toward clarity, toward connection that isn't controlled by algorithms. Inside my 7-day Balanced Success Challenge, we explore these rhythms gently, one step at a time. No overwhelm, no pressure, just a space to breathe again and reconnect your schedule with what really matters. It's not a productivity sprint, it's a spiritual realignment. But even if you're not ready for that yet, there are other ways to start. You can scroll through the other videos and playlists here on the channel. Each one is crafted to help you move from scattered to steady, with faith at the center. If today's message stirred something in you, don't rush past it. Maybe just sit with this question. What's the noise in my life trying to cover up? God's peace is not out of reach. Sometimes it just needs permission to interrupt your patterns. I'd love to walk with you as you begin to rebuild that peace. If the 7-day challenge feels like a next step, the link is below. If not, there's plenty here on this channel to support you. Take what you need in your own time. You're not behind. You're being invited back to rhythm.